Hey guys, I've been using BricsCAD in many of my reverse engineering video, both the mechanical parts and building modeling, and it has proven to be one of the best CAD tool for this job. This is a perspective of a person who has been using Autodesk Inventor for like more than 27 years. BricsCAD is very easy to model. It has the flexibility of AutoCAD, while it can model complex parts like Autodesk Inventor, and it also has the direct modeling tools just like in the SketchUp. So it makes three features from the three major CAD software into one software, and it only costs a fraction of the price. So it's packed with the feature and the function, and they also supply the software with a perpetual license, which is only a few of the professional CAD tools still do it these days. Most of my reverse engineering video that feature BricsCAD run is in a faster pace. So some of the viewers here request that if I can do a slower pace. So in the beginning of the video, I will show you how to do the basic setup using the BricsCAD for reverse engineering. And for the second part of the video, I will demonstrate how to use the UCS function, how to change the sketch plane, and also how to align the point clouds. The first part of the video is free to watch, and the second part, which is about the UCS and point cloud alignment in a slow pace, I put it in the Ko-Fi platform with some fee so that I can find a way to compensate for my time making the video on this channel. I'm working in BricsCAD version 26, starting off with the millimeter template. Before we dive in, I walk you through how to set up the BricsCAD interface for a reverse engineering workflow. Down in the lower right corner, you will notice BricsCAD offers several preset interface modes. Which ones you see will also depend on the license package you are using. For building models, I usually switch to BIM mode. If you go for the BricsCAD mechanical version, you get extra features beyond the Pro package like 2D FEA. You also get the mechanical browser, which lets you create adaptive designs. That means when you change a 2D sketch, the 3D model, whether it's made from extrude, loft, revolve, or sweep, updates automatically. For reverse engineering, those mechanical features aren't really necessary. The BricsCAD Pro version is more than enough to build any 3D model. Looking at the bottom menu, you will see panels that are commonly used. It's best to keep them turned on for quick access. If you don't see some of the menu tabs, you can enable them by clicking the three small dots and turning them on. For example, the selection mode menu isn't enabled by default. I've got the quad menu and the dynamic input menu enabled. This one is especially important and should stay on while modeling. For selection mode, I usually toggle it on and off quite a lot during modeling. Since there is no shortcut key for this function, you will need to switch it manually each time. This function lets you select edges, faces, and boundaries. This is dynamic UCS. When it's turned on, it automatically creates a sketch plane as you hover the mouse. Personally, I keep it off. It's more effective to set the UCS plane manually. This one controls the line wake visibility toggle. This is the 3D snap toggle too. And inside this menu, you also find the controls for snapping to the point cloud. I only toggle this function on when I need to snap to the point cloud and turn it off when I don't. There is a shortcut for it, the F4 key. Here is the 2D snapping tool. It offers a wide range of snapping options, and this setup is my preferred configuration. I keep this on most of the time while modeling, but I will toggle it off during commands like extrude or fillet. You can quickly switch it using the F3 shortcut key. S-track is the feature that lets you track a line from a point just by hovering over it. It can follow orthogonal directions or run parallel. These two endpoints will align with each other. And here is polar tracking, which I have set to 90 degrees by default. Polar tracking is also an important feature. It lets you create 3D lines orthogonally along the X, Y, and Z axis, shown with the red, green, and blue guidelines. When combined with the dynamic input function, you can type in the distance while drawing, which lets you create precise 3D lines. For the grid lines, I usually keep them turned off since they can be distracting during modeling. Let's move back to the modeling interface. All of these features are available in the BricsCAD Pro version. On the right, you will see a menu tab. It contains the Properties panel, which you will use quite often, and right next to it is the Layer tab. So before I start, usually I will create two new layers. One that I used for creating the sketch. I name it the sketch. Sometimes I change the color to the orange color, and I change the line thickness to 0.3 so I can see it clear. I'm using the 32 inches 4K monitor. The default value of the line is too thin, and this is how you select the current layer. So if I click the blue arrow here, the sketch is my current layer. So whatever I draw here is going to be placed on the sketch layer. You can hover your mouse on the line here and see here, layer is sketch. This is quad menu. If you enable the quad menu, when you hover your mouse over the line, it's going to display the layer name and also the length and the color of the layer. So if I create a new more layer here, solid, so I'm gonna keep everything that I turn into solid on this layer, change to this color. For example, if I draw a closed loop line here on the XY plane, I want to extrude it into a box. I will enable the selection mode, and now the sketch is on the XY plane. When I hover my mouse over the boundaries and the sketch is on the XY plane, it will automatically detect the closed loop, and you can use this closed loop for extrusion. Go to the modeling tab, click on extrude. Because the current layer is the sketch layer, if I want to change the layer to solid, I'm going to click on here. You need to turn off the selection model first, otherwise it's going to select the face. See here, and if you hold it here, it's going to select the edge. You have to turn this off to be able to select the whole model, and you can change the layer to solid. Now it's in the solid layer. Or when the selection model is turned off, you can hold your mouse and change the layer from here. Now it's in this layer. Okay, I'm gonna delete this layer. I think I created this by accident. Okay, that's a quick review of how the layer works. Okay, next, usually I will turn on the X-ray mode. It allows me to see through the lines and the point cloud, so usually I will turn on this mode. So you should too. And now I'm gonna save the files. Go to the save menu here. The files will be saved in the AutoCAD 2018 format. You can also open this in AutoCAD Cloud Alignment. In your interface, you won't be seeing these two menus on the top. One is the UCS menu, and the second one is the point cloud menu. These two tabs is the most frequent used function, so you need to enable it and put it in here. Right click on the left side of the menu bar, click on the toolbars, BricsCAD, click on more, and enable this UCS options and the point cloud. The menu will pop up and you have to drag it up here. So I'm gonna drag it down. It's gonna be like this. Drag it up here. So you don't have to go into the point cloud menu or coordinates menu to change your UCS, because when we do 3D modeling, changing UCS is something that you will have to do very often. The next setup that you have to set is clicking on the view cube here, click on the visual style and scroll down to here. The default setting was set to WCS, which is world coordinates. You need to change it to the UCS like I do here. After you have made change to this setting, when you click on the top view from the view cube, the model will turn into the top view using the current UCS as the reference, not the world UCS. I think that's about it for setting up the BricsCAD to be ready for reverse engineering. The second part of the video will be about UCS, how to use them, and also how to align 3D scan data, the point cloud, using BricsCAD. I made the tutorial in a very slow pace so that you can follow along, but it consumed a lot of my time, so I need to be compensated for my time as well. I put a video on the Ko-Fi platform and the link are in the description.